Thanks for
Let's call the meeting to order. There's an invitation.
O God of heaven and earth, we come to you tonight thankful for all that you have done to us. Thankful for your grace towards us in Christ. Father, I pray for this meeting. I pray for all of those who are here that you would give them clarity and focus, that the conversations be fruitful. Lord, I pray that the business would continue as usual. Thank you for this town. Thank you so much for your grace and your kindness toward it. Lord, I pray that it would continue to prosper and flourish. We praise you forever and ever. In Jesus' name, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are there any changes to the agenda this evening?
No. Move to approve the agenda. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Jackson, second by Commissioner Wentz to approve the agenda. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Moving on to public comments. This is a time where citizens are encouraged to speak publicly. We would request that you come to the podium, please state your name and address, speak respectfully, limit your comments to 3 minutes. Seeing none. Moving on to the action agenda, minutes of the June 19th, 2024 meeting.
Move to approve the minutes of the June 19th, 2024. Second.
We moved by Commissioner Hutchison, seconded by Commissioner Jackson to approve the minutes of June 19th, 2024. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Moving on to appropriation ordinance number 12.
I move to approve appropriations ordinance number 12. Second.
Moved by Commissioner Jackson, seconded by Commissioner Wentz. Approve appropriation ordinance number 12. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. Moving on to parks mower purchase.
Commissioner, this is another purchase request for another mower for the Parks Department. This is the last time we had another one. One will be done beyond repair. So this is the same purchase we did a few months ago. He said the price hadn't changed at all. Everything was the exact same, specs wise, everything like that. So very in line with everything else we have for Parks and Sports Complex mower wise. Being that grasshopper 725.
How is that?
Go ahead.
How is that mower working out for you guys? You've had it now for a little while, right?
Just
Other grasshopper?
stuff like, yeah, it's nice. It's their maneuverability is just so much different than a lot of the other zero turns because that front end you can just cut in between. So
Working out.
And this replacing a 8-9-year-old mower with over 1,100 hours. So the most used one.
How many, the hope or the idea is to try to gain uniformity, right? So where does this put us in that?
For the Parks Department, I think we're at 4 now, and we have 2 at the complex, all the same. Grasshopper 725. Trash still drives the old model Hustler. The last of that one, it's mid-mount. It's the last of that one.
So you're 4 mowers in, that's how many we have right now, it's 4
Yeah.
with your department. So where are we at?
Oh, we
Like
have
your-
the one we kept for the nuisance abatements.
Oh, gotcha.
The one that's worn down.
That we replaced last time?
Mhm.
Okay,
So 5 now, but that was for abatements, so don't tear up the new ones.
so where are we at on schedule for the other 2? Are we looking at a new one? I mean,
Well, that's what Amy and I've talked a lot about. I try to balance that line of, do we need to spend almost 20,000 for something that's still working right the way it should? Or, rotate them out on a yearly basis for something that we don't necessarily need at the time. So, still budgeting for one a year.
Okay.
It's just, like I said, that balance of how much we want to spend while we don't really need it. But then sometimes we do a pile up like this. But this would have been on the schedule for this year. The one, or a couple months ago would have been the one last year, because we didn't buy one last year. So that's what it's averaging out still to 1 year.
Okay. And the choice not to rebid out was just because there was only one that could supply it?
And
Okay.
the lead time on the John Deere's for what he was trying to find anyway.
Okay.
I move to approve the purchase of the Grasshopper 725 DT 72-inch mower from Career Mower and Electric for $19,140.30.
I did notice on here as I'm looking at this, and maybe I'm reading it wrong, but the warranty on the bid says 24 months noted different. And on the paperwork, it's 3 years unlimited commercial. Be considered commercial. Maybe I'm missing something.
I think it's that 3 year, they have 24. Oh, because that's a minimum. Our specs were a minimum 24 warranty, 24-month warranty.
Okay,
Was the minimum, but the.
and the
the
note of difference,
Grasshopper
so
becomes the 3
the
years.
bid has it, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So moved by Commissioner Wentz, moved by Commissioner Hatch, second by Commissioner Wentz, to approve the purchase of the Grasshopper 725 DT 72-inch mower from Career Mower and Electric for $19,140.30. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Managers report.
Mayor and Commissioners, I'd just like to remind everybody, City Hall will be closed on Thursday, July 4th, in observance of the Independence Day holiday, but we will be open on the 5th, on Friday. Just want to remind everybody too of the limitations for setting off fireworks and sale of fireworks in town, July 1 to July 4th. I believe it is probably the beginning time. Get rid of the beginning time. We focus on the end time of 11:59 p.m. For the end time. So just asking everybody to be respectful of their neighbors and try not to get a noise violation outside of those times, but go ahead and have a great safe 4th of July time. I had an opportunity to visit with a coffee group back on Friday, the 21st, about the housing project. They asked a lot of great questions, but we're very supportive of it. And we're excited to see some new homes being built in Concordia, are about to be built. Update on that project on the infrastructure side of the St. Joe subdivision, the curb and gutter should be being installed this week, starting out. So that's really exciting to see that. And then after that, we'll be paving. We'll also see some trenching this week for electrical and telecommunications, and so those will be going in as well. Concordia hosted an all-league swim meet last Saturday, the 22nd. So the area was filled with tents, about 300 athletes and their families. I just wanted to do a special thanks to the park staff because they did have to make sure that everything was up and running. We had some issues with the pool pump and motor before that, but they were able to get those up and running so we could host that swim meet and have it. A lot of compliments on the pool park, the facilities itself, and just the community in general. So just thanking everyone for taking care of their properties and businesses being friendly and welcoming to outside visitors. So that was really, really good. It's really all I have to share tonight. So if you have any questions, happy to share the answer. You need it. It's calling for rain now, Wednesday night. What's the plan for the fireworks show? If they can't do Wednesday, do they move to Thursday or? Derek, I'll defer to you because we're working with Dan on that.
Right now, that's being discussed. We do have a predicament if we don't shoot them off by the 4th by city ordinance. The area that we normally shoot them off is in city limits, so they might be in violation of the city ordinance. So there's some discussions going on how we may be able to move some stuff around at the fairgrounds and whether, what we're gonna do. So we're watching weather and going to prepare for people.
How will they notify people of the change?
We'll put it out on Everbridge, Facebook, and we'll get a hold of the news media with their that wonderful news media we have. They're excellent at sharing that information for us.
But there's no.
Well, I think that's, so the question, what would be the easiest way to do that? Is it simply easier to change the location of discharge versus modifying current ordinance language?
I believe so. It would, basically what it'd be is, we haven't talked to the fair board or the racetrack, but what we're kind of is maybe move some of the class B stuff back to the pit area of the racetrack. Instead of facing it to the south, you'd be facing more east. That'd just be a way of parking and stuff. Well, we're doing some look, watching weather close.
Yeah, I'd heard that earlier today and it was on my list of questions.
Thank you.
It's be a comment as much as anything, so this has some questions. Right? Staff reports?
I know. So I know we're all joking before the meeting took place, but we are running into some different animals that have been in the city, anywhere from a alligator to a fox to lizards loose to a kangaroo today. We are dealing with the individual that is, I don't know if she's facilitating all these animals to town, but we are, through animal control, are having those conversations and letting them know that they are not welcome in the city of Concordia through our ordinances. So I just want to bring everybody up to date in case they heard comments out in the public. So.
Other staff reports? Commissioner comments? Ashley?
Not for me.
I've started delivering Meals on Wheels recently again. Fortunately, they've got that up and going. And one of the things I noticed is that our street signs are looking pretty tired. And especially the ones at major intersections are the ones that I'm particularly concerned about. But anyway, I don't know what it would take to get that remedied, but when I think about it, I think it sounds like something that would be a lot of work and a lot of money. So maybe a phased approach would be the way to do it, but I do think it's worth giving some consideration. The other thing, I happened to be at the Brown Grand for a delightful show, and I noticed that the sidewalks are sinking. They appear to be sinking below where the curbs are. And it's not just there, it's other places downtown as well. I'm concerned about that.
We'll have to look into that.
Marcia?
I just want to remind people to clean up their fireworks after the 4th of July. See a lot of paper
Yeah, it's terrible.
everywhere. So
Yeah,
have fun, but clean up your mess.
I feel like that would apply to a great many situations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have fun.
Not only the 4th of July.
Have fun. Pick up that-
Right.
And safely with maybe a 5-gallon bucket and a little bit of water in it so that you don't start any fires. Well,
Metal trash cans.
being safe, metal trash cans.
I had someone ask me the other day, they'd noticed that the former St. Joseph nursing home is being placed for sale. I don't know what reach or ability that we have in terms of making sure that whatever potential new owner purchases that building responds to code and quality of living environment. I think that goes to some of the work that we're wanting to do about being able to help support our property owners being good stewards in the community. But there's been a lot of concerns raised that I've heard from a couple of individuals about it.
We're watching that one quite closely. I know Bruno's watching it very closely as well. A lot of conversations with the current owner.
Mhm.
And plans don't transfer, right? They'd have to come back through zoning.
Excuse me?
They'd have to come back through zoning, even if it was the exact same plan, if ownership transferred,
No, the zoning.
or not zoning, sorry, but the plan, whatever, what it,
Building permitting, that they would have to, so the zoning's changed, but right now, well, there's some components that are not functional to make it habitable right now. Bruno, can you explain that?
Yeah, they're to the point in the remodeling of the written permit to where the permits null and void at this point until we get a code footprint, a compliant code footprint. And then they also have plumbing and electrical engineering to do before they can go any farther. I've talked to several contractors, the current owner and his right-hand man, and they're basically on hold right now until they get some of this squared away. I'll provide them with multiple lists and things, and so far they're following our rules, but it may be a while before it gets going again, and I don't know. You know, there's always disclosure issues in real estate. I can't imagine since somebody to buy that site on thing, you know, but, or not knowing that it had some work to be done and some engineering to be done to get it to be an income property. But
At what stage in the process is condemnation a viable option? How long does a permit stay? I mean, how long can it sit like this before? I mean, indefinitely?
well, the permit, they have to get a new permit
Sure,
at this point, but I don't think condemnation's on the table until the thing deteriorated or just,
is that what would be the key actionable step, is a deterioration to a certain, like, there's a threshold at which deterioration has gone thus far that it then becomes an unsafe property. There's certain guidelines or thresholds that we have in place that they can't just sit there. My concern is that we end up with a property that's similar to what the former dormitory was, and that it's just sitting there literally rotting before we have the ability to address it. And I would like to prevent that from being the case, that it's parked there for 2 decades, completely unoccupied.
you mean, you know, Beverly Rest Home, is that what you're, what do you mean former dormitory?
The
St. Mary's.
nurses.
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's, they're by the hospital. You
So what's the?
Yeah, it
threshold?
took a while, it deteriorated. Once the roof starts leaking, that's when things start going fast.
So we'd have to see visible signs of deterioration and consider it an unsafe and dangerous structure. Is there an earlier threshold than that to condemn property?
Well,
And ultimately, I don't necessarily, I want to work towards knowing what that is. Tonight's not the answer to get that, just that I would like to have that information at some point. I don't think that it's going to be by next meeting or a year from now, but I just would want to stay as on top of it as we possibly can to keep it.
depends on how well maintained it is at this point, in my opinion. I mean, the guy claims that he got 700 grand in it already, and there is a lot of new things in there. A lot of new underground plumbing, framing, sheetrock, wiring, HVAC. There's a lot of material in there right now, a lot of labor in it, but it's just all on hold.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, I'd like it to be successful in the most possible way.
hope that somebody wouldn't think that was just a write-off and abandon it, you know.
I too am a hopeful person, Bruno. Okay, something we can,
We'll look at that in that.
Move that the city commission recess into executive session to discuss confidential business data or trade secrets of a business, KSA 754319 with Scott Condrey and Amy Lang in attendance, and to reconvene in the city commission chamber at 7:05.
Second,
moved by Commissioner Hutchinson, second by Commissioner Hatch. City Commission recess into executive session to discuss confidential business data or trade secrets of business, KSA 754319B4 with Scott Condrey and Amy Lang in attendance, and to reconvene in the City Commission chamber at 7:05 PM. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes.
Make sure you have it done with.
Oh, I wondered why you said recording in progress. We hadn't-
7:05.
Let me go get them.
They won't let me go knock on the door anymore.
Why, you scared people?
Yes, I guess.
I-
Right, but it's really. I like you not, yeah. So I couldn't knock on doors. Did you just make sure? No, I mean. I should try. I should do that for a while.
Yeah, I was in dispatch and you just printed it out. Question.
I have some shoes to give.
They get a couple minutes and I'm gonna go start kicking that door.
Already had it in the minutes.
No action was taken. At this time, I would entertain a motion to return to executive session, the aforementioned meeting. Or period, to reconvene in city commission chamber at 7:12 p.m.
Second?
Been moved and seconded. I can't make a motion though.
Yeah, you can.
I can?
Yeah.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passed.
Where's she living? Oh. Bias. Why is she living in not yet. Hey, man, I wanna tell you your business or anything, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, right. Hey, times are hard, I'm saying, feel these days.
That's a comment then.
I know, just like no knuckle. Oh, I see what you see, yeah, yeah.
Slap it with some of that.
Like the
Oh,
results.
that's good. That's great. Thank you.
That's
all ever. Well, that's me.
That's, and but.
No action was taken. This time I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Moved by Commissioner Hutchinson, second by Commissioner Jackson to adjourn. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. Meeting is adjourned.